For the Beaver Radio Network, I'm Brian Schultz. BSU men's basketball team played at the Sanford Center this past weekend, on the road at Minnesota State and Concordia St. Paul this weekend, joined by junior forward Shane White out of Rhinelander. How'd you like playing at the Sanford Center this past weekend?
It's a great facility. So it's the second year there, I guess, we've been out there, and it's a good time. There's usually a couple more fans that show up out there for those games, and that facility is extremely nice, so it's fun to play out there.
Is it easier to play there once you've played there once before you kind of get used to the shooting background and everything else?
I'd say so. The lighting's definitely different than a basketball gym. The hockey rink kind of has lights around, so there's certain angles where you kind of get blinded by it. So, playing there second time and knowing what was coming was helpful.
A year ago, you played in every single game. What's it like getting beat up in this league every single Friday and Saturday night?
It wears on you. You definitely... we're getting into January here, which is probably the hardest stretch. And by the end of this month, pretty much every part of your body hurts somewhere. So it's a gut check time, I guess, kind of, because you're not feeling the best, and you still got to be able to show up and bring high energy every day.
Every year, the makeup of any team changes with those who graduate and the freshmen that come in. In your opinion, what's this year's identity?
I don't know that it's changed a ton. I mean, we still stick to the principles Boshi teaches every single year of working the ball, working it inside out, getting good shots. I think pretty much every coach is going to teach that, but we've got more athleticism on this team than I've seen really. And this is my third year. This is probably the most athletic. We've got a couple guys, Jordan Rhodes, Will Harvey, Calvin Harrington. Those are three new guys who are extremely athletic, and they bring definitely a new aspect to this team.
How can the team feed off of a game-winning dunk the next week and the next week and hopefully for the next month?
Well, it starts in practice today. We can't celebrate it too much, just like we can't focus on losses too much. Practice definitely shows in the weekend. If you've got a good week of practice, that usually shows in the first 5 minutes of the game. You don't come out rusty. So it starts today. We're happy. We're excited about the outcome yesterday, so we need to keep that going all through practice and keep working hard.
Minnesota State is a team that seems year in, year out is pretty darn good. How good are they this year?
I don't follow it too closely, the records. I try to focus on what we're doing, but I'm pretty sure they're doing fairly well. I want to say they're like 6-2 in conference or something like that. So maybe not quite where they've been in the past, but they always put together a good team. But we can't worry about that. We can't worry about the level of the team we're facing. We got to prepare ourselves to play at a high level every week.
What's the biggest challenge in this league to winning on the road?
I'd probably say just the keeping your mind right in the travel schedule. You know, you've got this schedule with school, and then you go on the road, and there's not a ton of free time, but just like even deciding what time to turn out the lights and go to bed, you know, instead of watching the hotel TV or whatever. You can make poor decisions on the road, or you can choose to stay focused the whole time, and I'd say just keeping that focus is probably the toughest part.
Why'd you choose BSU?
I actually never visited campus before I chose here. I just signed on without ever coming up here. I got mono when I was supposed to come up. Boshi was going to visit me, and then he started throwing up an hour into the trip or something. So I had never met anyone here or anything. I wanted to play college basketball at the Division II level for a scholarship, and Bemidji State offered me a scholarship. They were one of a few schools. Proximity to home. I'm from Wisconsin, so it's not too far. And the landscape is very similar. Where I'm from, there's a ton of lakes, so the lake life was appealing to me as well.
Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.